Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to issue a fixed penalty notice now.
So what am I being issued a fixed penalty notice for?
Because I believe, and my colleague believes, that you're here to protest.
Okay then, so this is where the country is going downhill really badly. We have lost, in the UK there's never been absolute freedom of speech. It's always been censored in some way, but now they're even censoring your thoughts. So, well, they're not censoring your thoughts, but they're gonna try by punishing you for your thoughts. This is somebody being issued a fixed penalty notice for their thoughts, for thinking in their own head, not out loud, not to anybody, in their own head. Issued a fixed penalty notice for thinking about something. Just thinking, not doing, not saying, nothing else, just standing there and thinking. This is Britain for you. This is the stupidity we have got. And it ain't just because of Labour. Labour's not helping the situation by putting in absolute ridiculous things in place, like what they did to all the rioters and protesters, sending them to prison while freeing people and not sending people to prison what should be in prison. This is another instinct of over-policing. This is what is wrong with the UK. So, let's just get straight into this video.
No.
Are you here to pray for the lives of unborn children?
As I've mentioned to one of your colleagues before, I think that's a little bit of a leading question. No, I'm not, actually, today.
Can your actions be carried out elsewhere?
I'm not doing any actions. I'm just simply thinking silently in my head.
Okay, and why have you chosen this location to stand?
This is an abortion centre. I'm praying for those who've been hurt by abortion.
So, when I said before, are you here to pray for the lives of unborn children?
Yes.
So, yeah.
I said no.
You said no.
I'm praying for those who've been hurt by abortion.
Hurt by abortion?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So, are you aware there's a public space protection order in place here?
Yes, I don't know if you know, but I have actually been arrested twice. I've gone to court and been acquitted for allegedly my silent prayers. I've actually received an email from the police telling me I'm allowed to be in this area. I don't know if you're familiar with that situation at all.
This is exclusion area? Yes,
that's right. That's why I was arrested previously. So yes, I'm very much aware there's a PSPO in place.
Okay. And are you aware that you are breaching the public order protection order in place?
I'm not breaching it, no.
Will you move from here to outside of the exclusion zone?
I don't see any reason why I would need to do that for the reasons I've just explained to you.
Okay. So if not, why are you not willing to move outside the exclusion zone?
Because of what I've just said, because I don't think I need to move outside the exclusion zone. I've been to court over this.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to issue a fixed penalty notice now.
So what am I being issued a fixed penalty notice for?
Because I believe, and my colleague believes, that you're here to protest.
I've just told you I'm not protesting, I'm simply silently praying.
So let's actually look what a public space protection order was put in place for. The Public Space Protection Order is covered under the Antisocial Behaviour, Crime and Policing Act of 2014. And we are looking at section 59. Powers to make a public space protection order is this.
1. A local authority may make a public spaces protection order if satisfied on reasonable grounds that two conditions are met. 2. The first condition is that A. Activities carried on in a public place within the authority's area have had a detrimental effect on the quality of life of those in the locality, or B. It is likely that activities will be carried on in a public place within that area and that they will have such an effect. 3. The second condition is that the effect, or likely effect, of the activities A. is, or is likely to be, of a persistent or continuing nature. B. is, or is likely to be, such as to make the activities unreasonable, and C. justifies the restrictions imposed by the notice.
So these are the conditions what have to be in place. Now, we understand this is outside an abortion clinic to stop people going in there from being abused and threatened. So it is reasonable to put one of these in place. But is it reasonable to enforce this for somebody just thinking and praying inside of their own head? I would say no. And then obviously there's this bit of it as well, which is quite reasonable as well.
A public spaces protection order is an order that identifies the public place referred to in subsection 2, the restricted area, and A. Prohibits specified things being done in the restricted area. B. Requires specified things to be done by persons carrying on specified activities in that area, or C. Does both of those things.
So we would like to know what the specified I can't even speak today, things done or what are restricted in that area. It would be quite interesting to know what is and what isn't. But that's the public space protection order. Now, is it reasonable, like I said, to stop somebody's thoughts, somebody thinking about something? Because if that's the case, that means anybody walking in the restricted zone can be stopped and issued a fixed penalty notice because the PCSO or a police constable believes that you might be protesting or doing something in this area. Now, the way he kept on saying protesting, I would believe that it means you're not allowed to protest outside of these in this restricted area, and that behaviour is off limits. But does it say that you're not allowed to stand there and think? Now, sometimes when I'm doing something, if I'm walking, I do it if I'm in the town and I forget something, I'll stand still, I'll think about what is it I forgot, and then I'll carry on. Because I'm one of those people where I don't like to go any further if I have to go back to get something. So I'd rather stand still, give myself a second, and then figure out what I need to do. But if that was me in this area, that means they could then ask me, issue me a fixed penalty notice because they believe I might be protesting, because I wouldn't speak to a PCSO because you're under no obligation to speak to them at all. So you're under no obligation to give them any of that information or even allow them to question you. And that's another issue. This woman has allowed them to question him. She's already been arrested twice and been to court and been let off because what she's doing is not wrong. Now, you would think with that being done, the chief constable of that area might issue a thingy to their staff saying this behaviour is allowed, but this behaviour is not allowed. Again, this could fall back onto section 26, abuse of power, or ought to know that they're abusing the powers, but all this is just my opinion. I want to thank my member. Thank you for joining. If you want to join, click the join button, pick a tier. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm. Let us know what you thought of this, and I'll catch you on the next one.